Hey guys, and welcome back to my next video. Now today we're doing the next video in the CSGO series. Now this is not a let's play, this is not gameplay, this is not competitive, this is not anything like that. This is a new series or a couple different playlists that I'm going to be doing for CSGO. Now before I go ahead and start, because some of you guys are probably going to look at my videos, if you guys are pretty high up and you're like Master Guardian and stuff like that, you guys are going to be looking at my videos and like, why he's not that great at CSGO. But the reason why I'm making these videos is it's not meant to make it so within the next hour you're going to be the top Fnatic player and you're going to be accepted into a competitive team. It's supposed to make it so new players get an easy way of kind of transferring from whatever game they are used to playing into CSGO. It's because I knew when I first started playing CSGO a couple months back, around probably like, I don't know, September, I pretty much decided that it was a pretty bad game. I hated it how I was not hitting shots, and I should have hit shots, and I was shooting my whole mag and only hitting 3 shots, and it made no sense. And this guide is pretty much going to be telling you guys on what weapons you should be using, what your tactics should be, as well as team playing, solo playing, solo queuing, and everything. But anyways, this very beginning one is going to be on weapon tutorials, and this one we're going to be starting with the AK-47. So if you came for the AK-47, we will be starting it right now. Okay guys, so pretty much that was just my intro for this segment. Now, you guys are looking at it right now, it says statistics. It's a nice little wallpaper thing that I stole off Google Images. Yes, I know, I stole something. Oh my god, Rocket stole something. I know, it's crazy. But anyways, if you guys do not want to see the statistics, you can just go ahead and skip ahead a little bit in the video to the next section. I don't know what I'm going to throw after this. It might be shooting something. I don't know. That's where I'm going to teach you guys on how to get better with the weapon. But beforehand, I kind of want to show you guys why you should even be using an AK-47. The AK-47, for one, is one of the hardest weapons to learn from the start, from my point of view. For you, you might pick it up in 3 seconds and be a master at the AK-47, and at least that's what I am trying to do. But anyways, the statistics I want to go ahead and go over first is the cost is $2,700 in-game money. Now, for casual, it's not really a big factor as far as cost, and I'm going to make a video on explaining all these different things and what they mean and everything. But it's good to have a weapon that is somewhat cheap but does a good amount of damage, and that's exactly what the AK-47 does. So it costs $2,700. If you know anything at CSGO at all, you can get $2,700 around very simple with winning. Casual, you can usually get $2,700 if you don't even get any kills and your team loses. Usually you'll already have $2,700. In competitive, it's kind of hard to get that much, but as long as you get some kills and you follow this tutorial, you should be able to go ahead and get that much each round. The next one is the ammo, which you get 30 rounds in your clip, and then you get 90 rounds that are just kind of like extra rounds that will be reloaded into your clip. So that is a pretty good amount of ammo for an assault rifle. 30 rounds is enough ammo that you could spray down a person. If you don't kill them after 30 bullets, you've obviously missed about 20 of your shots easily. And then the kill award, which kind of only counts towards, I want to say you might have focused on this more towards competitive, is what it does is 150% means you get 150% money given to you when you kill someone. So that's kind of like the amount of money that you get given. I'm not going to go too in depth with that. Of course, I'm going to be making a tutorial explaining all these different stats and what everything means, but it's pretty decent. The damage you guys are probably looking at, and you're like, 36 damage, that's not that much. If you look at the bar, it's not even, it's like a third of the amount of damage as some weapons. But the good part about that is it's an assault rifle. It shoots 30 rounds, and pretty quick you can go through 30 rounds. So as long as you're accurate with this, it's only like 1 or 2 bullets, and you can kill this guy with chest shots. It's a 1 shot with headshots. If they have armor, I think it's a 1 or 2 shot, but usually the AK shoots off 2 rounds at the same time, so it's like, you don't have to worry about how many bullets you have to shoot with the person. Just shoot at them, make them be dead. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to worry about. But anyways, the next one is the fire rate. Now, the fire rate is a key thing for the AK-47. It's because that's pretty much your whole entire problem. Usually with the AK-47 is the spray. And the fire rate is pretty up there. On the screen, you're looking at the bar, it's only like halfway. The fire rate is not as fast as like a P90, but it is pretty good to the point that it balances out between the low amount of damage but the fast shooting. it's a pretty overall great weapon. I highly recommend actually using this in competitive. If you get really good at it, definitely use it. Anyways, the next one is the recoil control. This is another thing that's a key factor of the AK-47. The recoil control looks like it's up there. For me, I want to say that bar is off, and it's not that really up there because the recoil control, as soon as you shoot it, if you start going automatic, it is everywhere. The recoil is everywhere, but I'm going to be teaching you guys in this tutorial on how to kind of like balance that out. The next one is the accurate range. The accurate range is about 30 meters, which is it's not like far away like sniper ranged, but you're able to hit people very easy from far away as long as you're accurate. You can pretty much hit anyone across the whole map and not have to worry about that. The next one is the mobility. Mobility is a very high on this weapon. It's pretty much high in a lot of weapons for CSGO. The reason I say that is because you don't ever really get slow holding a weapon out. Excuse me, compared to like holding out a knife, yeah, that's extremely fast. Holding a sniper is a little slow, and usually like light machine guns usually have a lot of mobility, or a lot less mobility. But assault rifle mobility you don't really have to worry about. And then we move on to armor penetration. Now armor penetration is very good in competitive and casual. You automatically get armor penetration, or you automatically get it. Everyone automatically gets armor. Armor penetration you want to always have kind of up there because you want to be able to get through the guy's armor to kill the person very quickly. But of course these stats I'm just going over for the reasons why you want to be using an AK-47, and overall the reason why you'd want to use it is because it's a very overall all balanced weapon, perfect for a gun you just want to quick grab and be able to use at any range and be able to kill people quickly. It's a very great weapon. That's what I want to say. But anyways, we will be moving on to the next topic. Okay guys, now you've just saw, or may have just saw, the statistics for the AK-47. It's a very balanced weapon, but now we're going to be doing the shooting. So that's kind of like a topic that's mixed in with the next topic, which is going to be movement. Shooting is, there's 3 different types of shooting. There is just, I like to say just kind of like single shotting, or just kind of just pressing the click once and it shoots once. That is the most accurate way to shoot the AK-47, and a lot of people kind of mistake this for, hey, I know how I will never have to worry about spraying, I'll just always tap fire, and that's all I have to do. That is never a good idea for CSGO. Maybe it's good for you when you're going against like silvers in a competitive match, or if you're playing casual, it might be good, but the problem is if you come face to face with someone and they're using AK-47, they've got their spray down, and they're ready to spray, you're going to be mowed down and killed before you're able to even take a second shot. So I like to say single shotting is a very good way to get kills from a long range, because it's very hard to spray down like the middle of Dust 2 through Suicide and be able to kill everyone. If you don't know where that is, it's pretty much the longest part in the map that you can shoot someone from. It's very hard to spray down there and be able to get killed very accurately, but it's very good to use like a single shot for long range or even medium range. But definitely when you're shooting this single shot, you want to aim at the person's head and then pull the trigger. You never want to like shoot him in the foot, shoot him in the leg, shoot him in the chest. When you're single shotting, chest maybe if you're able to kind of click, 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 click like that. That's more like a burst. But you don't want to always just go ahead and shoot them in the foot, shoot them in the leg. Okay, so the next part is pretty much bursting. Now, bursting and single shotting are kind of like my 2 things that I love to use. I rarely ever spray. Spray is kind of used for if I'm in panic for a second and I need to go ahead and kill this guy that's like face to face with me, then I'll spray. But bursting is pretty much you're going to go ahead and aim up, and depending on what video I throw in here, you might see where I'm not even holding shift, not controlling my movement at all, just to kind of show you the spray patterns and how different they are from doing stuff. But bursting, you're going to go ahead and click, and you're just going to hold for, I want to say like 1.5 seconds. Probably less than that, actually. It's like 1, 2, and then you're going to let go, like that. That's it. That's all you want to do. Now, what that does is it'll shoot like 2, 3, 4 bullets, kind of a little bit more. But when you do that, it goes ahead and shoots up in a straight line. You never have to worry about it going left or right with a spray pattern. And that, the way you want to shoot that is you want to just aim at the person's head. Then you're going to go ahead and pull the trigger. You're going to aim down just a little bit. And while you're doing that, you're just going to move your mouse slowly backwards. And when you do that, it pretty much lines up on his head. That's where the bullets go. And you never have to worry about, oh my god, I got to quick do this. Now, of course, you're not going to actually like really slowly move your mouse, because that's going to be very bad for you if someone is spraying at you. But it's very good to kind of just get in the back of your mind that, hey, let me calm down for a second, let me stop spraying, let me quick aim at his head, pull the trigger, and aim down. Now, if you miss a couple bullets, it's okay. You're not going to die like in real life. You might die in game. It's a video game. You'll get better at it, and that's the reason why I actually made a practice section, which I will be going over after the movement section. But anyways, now the next part is spraying. Spraying, I kind of show you two. The first one you'll see on most of my shots kind of hit. They're more to like the left and the right, but they're all the same level. That's because I was holding shift while I was doing it. That's part of a movement technique that I will explain in a moment. But anyways, pretty much spraying, you're going to go ahead and just hold down the trigger. I never like to spray the full 30 bullets, because if you have already gone through 20 bullets, you want to stop, wait a second, and probably burst fire him if you were still alive. But spraying, what you're going to do is you're pretty much going to aim down first, and then you're going to go to the left, and then the right, and back to the left. Now, I could have got that right. It might be right, left, right. But you'll just see by whatever the spray pattern is, you're going to do the opposite. Now, I hate saying what I just said right there, because so many YouTube tutorials, there are 5-second video literally, and they're like, you're just going to follow the spray, you're going to go down, left, right, left, like that, and that's it. There you go, master the AK. That has never helped you. That's the reason why I'm kind of going a little bit more in depth in this tutorial, because that doesn't really help anyone, and it never helped me when I was trying to learn and searching up some YouTube videos, so I could go ahead and upload some videos for you guys. There's a lot of tutorials like that, and that's the reason why I'm making this tutorial. So pretty much just like an overview of what we just went over. Statistics, very medium weapon, I don't know what the heck you call it. Overall, good weapon. And 3 types of firing. You're gonna single shot, you're gonna burst, and you're gonna spray. Spray for very, very close range. Burst for medium, short range, and sometimes even long range. It's pretty much good for all ranges. And then single shotting, long range, and medium range. There you go. That's all you need to know for right now. Now we're gonna be going on to the movement. Okay, guys, so for movement, there's a couple different techniques that you're going to want to do, and I guess you can say it revolves around all of what comes in your head, the way the guy's attacking you, what weapon he is using, and I cannot say that these are going to work for you. I just want to be straightforward with you guys, because some of you guys might do exactly what I say and get killed with an op. I understand. It is very frustrating. But pretty much there's different ways of moving with each gun. The AK47, I personally actually like, when I'm shooting long range, I always crouch. Now, crouching, what it does is it makes your bullets kind of, I guess you could say, zoom in more to your crosshair, so they're not spraying all over the place. And then if I'm like, I guess you could say medium range, I want to always hold shift. Sometimes I even crouch, sometimes I hold shift, spray, and then I hold down crouch and aim kind of like diagonal while I'm doing that. And what that does is it kind of creates the spray to go perfectly onto the person, and they usually miss all their shots because their shots go above my head. That's kind of a little bit dangerous to do, because one, it makes your mobility very, very, very low, and number 2 is pretty much, if while you're going down, if you don't time it perfectly, they're going to hit you with all headshots, no matter how bad of a shot they are. If they're aiming at your head, you're dead. That's it. So basically, you never want to spray with a weapon. Single shot, maybe. I still hold shift, because shift kind of guarantees that shot. When you're going ahead and shooting long range, I always like to crouch. You can always stand and hold shift to fire. It's kind of personal preference, whatever you want to do. I highly recommend you go ahead and check out some practice maps, which I'm actually going to have in the next section, practice. And for movement, for AK-47, you're not going to want to stand. You're not going to run, actually. I forgot to say that. You're not going to want to run and shoot. You're missing all your shots. You might as well just type kill in console. There's no way you're going to survive. You might end up getting a lucky shot and get a headshot and kill the guy, but it's very rare you're even going to do that. Pretty much working with your team will be very key for this. I'm going to be making a video on how to work well with a team, and how to pretty much get better at the game without having to do it like all solo. So I'll have that video in the description when it comes out. But for movement, what I was saying, a little recap, is you're never wanting to sprint and fire. You're not going to hit any of your shots. If you're going from medium to long range, you're going to want to crouch. Personal preference, if you are medium range, go ahead and either crouch or stand and hold shift. You can also go ahead and kind of crouch and hold shift, then crouch, and then be okay. But it's personal preference, as I was saying. You're just going to want to go ahead and make sure you follow the shooting technique, and just kind of keep the movement behind your head, I guess you could say, if that makes any sense. Meaning that it doesn't matter if you don't, as long as you hold shift or hit crouch, one of the two, you will be okay, and you'll probably hit your shots, and that's pretty much all you need to know. But anyways, yeah, personal preference, choose what you want to do, hop in a practice map and go ahead and figure it out that way. Or hop on like a demolition game and check it out that way. But the next part is practice. Okay, last but not least is practice. Now, practice, there are very different ways that you can practice. I've kind of just picked three different kinds of practices. I personally use the third one the most because the first and the second are not that great. Or actually, there's four kinds of practice. The fourth one I'm just going to kind of like name off out of nowhere. But practice, the first one, which is the most common you'll ever see on YouTube, is just go ahead, look at a wall, fire at the spray, see the spray, and then do the opposite on another wall. Personally, I absolutely hate that one because it doesn't really promote shooting a player. And you guys might not realize this, might not even understand, but pretty much when you're shooting a player, you kind of get that feeling that, oh my god, I'm hitting the shot. You hear the shot. It's not just hearing you hit the wall. You know you hit the person. You know you hit them with a headshot, and you know you've successfully done that. And it kind of, I guess you could say, boosts your mood when you're shooting, and you'll always want to aim for that headshot. Now that could just be me. I may sound completely stupid for saying that, but personally, I hate shooting at a wall. If it works for you, good job, it works for you. But personally, I hate shooting at that. Another way to do it is actually spawning in a bot. Then you're going to go ahead and freeze him, or yeah, you're going to spawn him in, you're going to freeze him, and then you're going to place him in front of you. Now, you'll see the commands popping on the screen, and they'll also be in the description to go ahead and do it. You just got to go ahead and join a game with no bots, and then you can simply just spawn them in, and when they're frozen, you're able to go ahead and shoot at them with a command also in the description. I think it's SV_show impacts 1, and it shows where your bullets are hitting. Which I've actually been using during this whole entire video, where it shows those colors and everything of where my bullets hit. It'll highlight the whole player when you shoot them, so you can know that you've hit this person. Now, I just kind of quick spawned them near me and then recorded this segment because I didn't want to make this video too long, but you can record, shoot this bot at any length, any part of the map, anywhere you want to do it, and there will be no problem with it. But anyways, the third part is actually aim maps. Now, aim maps you've probably heard of if you've been looking for how to get better at this. I highly recommend this one map. Now, I've kind of forgot the name of the map. It'll be in the description as well. But this map I'm actually using so there's 4 different levels, which is 4 different, I guess you could say, lengths from the board. And then there's also, I think, 5 different games which you can each customize. I went on to a fast aiming one, intensive fast aiming, I think, which is pretty much one where you're able to single shot, and it pretty much makes you get your aim a little bit better and fast reaction speed a lot more faster than what yours was before. I actually use this a lot before I do a competitive match if I'm waiting for a friend, because it actually makes it so I never have to think about where I gotta think about like where people are. I just do it and not even think, and I've already hit the person and they're down. So I definitely recommend doing these matches before a competitive match, before a casual match if you even want to do it then. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the third one. The fourth one is actually just playing the game. That is literally the best way to go ahead and play it. Now, I don't mean hop in a casual game, never used an AK-47 before, and then just use the AK-47. That's not going to work for you. It's never going to work for you. Or maybe it will work for you. I shouldn't say never. But you should hop in, like, I guess you could say a deathmatch game, because the deathmatch game makes it so you can just buy a weapon and you're fighting against all random people. They're using all different weapons. I actually recommend hopping in there to learn the spray, get some kills, and then you're going to want to hop into a demolition game. Demolition and arms race, I guess you could say. You should probably play a lot of those. That'll make it so you're better at other weapons as well as the AK, and you'll get used to kind of spraying, but definitely deathmatch is perfect for using it and practicing. I pretty much use the aim maps in deathmatch the most, and that's pretty much going to be it for wrapping up this video. Now, I didn't say this in the beginning. This is actually a remake of a video I made that I actually took down because I screwed up so bad with it. I feel actually really bad. That night I uploaded it, I just felt like crap, I'll have to admit, because I don't like to upload crappy videos. Some videos I can say are not that great, and they're not that great series, but I am getting back into my how-tos, and I'm trying to go ahead and get these series a little bit more popular, for people to watch, because it seems like a lot of my how-tos get the most views, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to make some for CSGO. So if you like to, make sure to hit that like button, comment how you thought about it, and comment what gun you would like to see me in the next video, or what gun you want me to do in the next video. And if you guys are looking for any more tips and tricks, I'm going to be doing some on smoke grenades of different maps, different grenades, and what kind of buys you want to buy for certain rounds, team playing, solo queuing, solo everything you can think of. But anyways, that's the end of this video, and thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.